game face on when I chase like that. Yeah, I play so strong with a knife in the back. I'ma swing home run like a baseball bat. Gonna see me rise if you hate on that. I don't play both sides, doing me no cap. I'ma ride or die for my dreams on tap. I'ma fly real high, you ain't see me slack. No, it's not how you fall, it's how you get right back.
This is Classroom of the Elite, episode 2, and I am already hooked. They came in swinging episode 1, and I now know why everybody is so hyped when it comes to this series. Let's dive into episode 2 and see what's popping off. It takes a great talent and skill to conceal one's talent and skill. Huh. That's nice. Nice. So we're going to get something like that at every episode. This better not be class 1D, I tell you that. Ain't y'all the same fools that ain't got no money? Oh, it is class 1D. Boing, yoing, yoing, yoing. Well, he made one friend so far. I was thinking the same thing. No, I'm trying to be concerned and worry about what I'm going to do about money and food and everything for the next month. Opening's okay. It'll probably like hit me just a little bit more once I get like a more of an understanding of the series. Because this is not your typical anime. This is, I feel like you're gonna have to really think when you're watching this series. I'm ready to get to this episode. Let's go. I don't care about none of that. I want to get to like the understanding of everything. That includes you too, don't it? Wow. Wow. And she just straight up told him that too. Wow. That's true. Oh, son, that's heavy. Oh, they gave him points, but they lost theirs. Wow. Okay, well, at least there's a chance. Oh, she said what garbage scores they are. Son, that's a burden. Well, we got some people that's not worried at all. Like, I'll just do what I gotta do, I guess. So that's hard to get people to try to change their habits and stuff like that. That's true. I like their friendship. Girl, I have other things on my mind. Y'all are taking this way too lightly. Maybe if y'all took this just a little bit more serious, you wouldn't be at the bottom. Oh, see, yeah, well, he seemed like that kind of character anyway. That's her brother, right? That's a lot of points, especially I think it was what 1,100 points in total. See, y'all ain't friends. Y'all are acquaintances. There's a big difference between the two. But he has a lot of points too, though. Not as much as you started out with, but he has enough. I think he has like 80,000, 82,000, something like that. That girl said, I can't imagine how someone would fail a test. Oh my gosh. Right? That's true. I feel like they'll join their study group because maybe it's not carrying as much as weight as the other study group. Wow. So she's got her goals set high. Oh, so she tricked him. Okay, so she'll clear him if he does this with her because he tricked her. I guess that's fair, though. I mean, they'll be even at this point, so I mean, it's the least he can do. I'm not happy the way I received it, but I'll take it anyway. Son, they shut him down so fast. Well, I tried. Can't say I didn't try. Is that old girl that, is trying to be everybody's friend? Girl, of course I can hear the blow dryer that's right next to the phone. You've been selected. Oh, quit with this friend crap, man. Maybe if it was like legitimately honest, I can get behind it. But I know that she has ulterior motives behind this, right? I mean, I could be wrong. She could be honest about it, but I just feel like this is all a scheme and a gimmick to her. With this elite school, I don't trust anything on the surface. I'm just being real. No, she answered no and hung. Hey, you have got to quit hanging up on me. We trying to have a legitimate conversation here. I ain't even sent nothing yet. Because old girl can realize that maybe that she realizes that you're not being genuine. I don't know, man. It's something about her that's bugging me. Because if she was being real about it, maybe I can get behind it. Man, you know how rare it is for people to go pro playing sports? Well, she's not wrong. You got to have real commitment. Well, now she's not wrong on that point. See, thank you. Oh my gosh. She had ulterior motives from the jump. I just don't trust her. I mean, I can't be the only one, right? I mean, sure. Horita, however you want to say her name. Sure, she came across a little cold. But Kushida, it's something about her, man. Something about her is not making me want to trust her. Maybe the way she treat people. Well, he seemed like that kind of character anyway. Oh. Yeah, yeah. See, I knew it. So that's the way. That's why she acts like that. Uh huh. Oh, let's go, let's go. Why y'all ain't tell me it was this good? Like we getting in fights and stuff, man. Oh, so your boy's a genius. Like, cause you know how good you have to be to get a 50 on everything. You gotta legitimately sabotage yourself like that. Wow. Wow. Why y'all didn't tell me it was going to be this good? Oh my gosh. Like I said, so technically he's a genius. You know how hard it is to get 50s on everything. On everything. You have to actively try. Man, I just can't get over the fact 50s on everything. You have to actively try to do that. You have to know exactly what answers to answer wrong and everything. So he's a genius. And then she's dealing with her whole aspect with her brother. So she's carrying a lot of stuff on her shoulders too. Oh, he could be right. That could be what got her thrown in D class. Because you chose to look down on people. Okay, now I'm seeing it with a little bit of different light, if you will. Because now I'm starting to get more information as everything progresses. They all passed. What the what? Oh my gosh. Okay. That was Classroom of the Elite episode 2. And we see that this episode, we find out a little bit more about the system that's running the school. And Class D has the chance to overtake Class C and have Class C become Class D if they get higher scores and more points as the year goes on or whatever like that. So we see that some people in the class don't really want to study or do the work or anything like that. But at the end of the day, when it was time to take the test, everybody received high scores. Everybody. Now, we know that 3 people were probably the 3 dumbest people in the class. But for them to receive high scores, I'm assuming it'd have to be Kushida. I think that's how you say her name. She'd have to took the other guys and study with them to make them better. Now, we knew that it wasn't going to be, I'm going to learn their names. I promise I will eventually. Old girl with the black hair where her brother's the student council president. We knew it wasn't Akane, however you want to say her name. Anyway, we knew it wasn't going to be her because, she'd be a little them people and they weren't studying her anymore. So Kushida had to be the one to probably teach them and get them to the point to where they could actually pass the test. And then we get this whole interaction with dark-haired girl. I'm gonna learn their names. I promise I will. And her brother, and we see that she's trying to live up to her brother's standards, trying to be, well, I'm gonna take over Class A. We're gonna be Class A and all this other. Yeah, okay. She has this whole conundrum going on with her and her brother, and she's trying to achieve better things. But then we also learned that our MC. Well, I know the class is our MC, but anyway, the dude that we kind of got introduced to more so than anybody else, he's the one that kind of saved her in that moment from being attacked by her brother, and then her brother tried to attack him, and that scene was epic because he just came back swinging, and he moved and ducked and dodged and moved everything, but he keeps trying to stay under the radar, so now it has me feeling like that he's definitely a genius, right? I mean, you can't ignore the fact, because like I said throughout my reaction, to get 50s and an average score on every test that you have to take for the interest of this school, to actively get a 50 on every test, you have to actually be smart enough to know how to get that 50, what answers to answer wrong, what answers to answer right. You know, you can't just pick this, and the other, unless it's not multiple choice, but I'm feeling it probably was multiple choice. So he has to actually know which 25 to get right, which 25 to get wrong on this part of the test, which 25 to get right on this part, and then you know what I'm saying, like 50, 100. So you kind of just break it down, unless it's kind of like a whole test, and I really don't know how the testing works, but we'll just chunk it up and say that he had to get 50 right on this test, and then get 50 wrong on this test, and 50 right on this test, and 50 wrong on this test, or he would have scored 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're not quite sure how the test goes, but we'll just half it up like that, so we kind of have a better understanding of how the test works. But to get that, being able to duck and dodge these moves, to interact with everybody the way that he's doing, and sit there and not be worried about testing because he know he could actually pass if he wanted to, things are starting to come to light, man, and I'm really enjoying this series. You guys should have told me that it was going to be this epic from the jump. Episode 1 came in swinging. Episode 2, they hitting home runs, they're hitting grounders, and I am already legitimately hooked to this series. Now, I still feel like things might be a little off kilter with Kushida, or however you say her name. I want to trust her, but I don't, because then we have those moments in the episode where we see those kids in the class, and you know, they're asking all these other people, well, can you just spot me a few points? Can you buy this and everything? And she want to be friends with everybody. These aren't friends. You guys are acquaintances. Just because you're in the same class doesn't make you friends. You're acquaintances. Now, you may become friends with some people in that classroom, because there's nobody on this planet, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, when you're in a classroom with, let's say, roughly 20, 25 people, you're not going to be friends with all 25 of these people anyway. You can be acquaintances, you can get along with these people, but you're not going to be friends with all 25 people. Maybe 7, 8, 10, 12 tops, but not all 20 or 25. But the episode is crazy. I'm going to go check out another episode because it's getting very interesting. This is your boy NickIncredible. Don't forget to smash the like button until you can't smash any more. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them. And subscribe. And remember that anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life. Peace out.
I cannot complain, because today, I'm doing my thing.